your drone footage can look something like this. And all you have to do is sit back, listen to what I have to say, follow along, and also hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. That last part is very important. That entire cinematic footage you just saw came out of this particular drone. Yes, the DJI Mini 4 Pro. And I'm actually going to break down my editing process and how I color grade in CapCut. And if you follow along, I promise you can edit any drone footage and make it look that good in absolutely no time. Rule number 1. Garbage in, garbage out. If your footage looks like it was shot by an amateur and someone who doesn't know how to use the pro mode on their camera or their drone for that matter, there's no amount of editing that will be able to make it look professional and cinematic. So here are my suggested settings to use when you're flying your DJI Mini 4 Pro drone and you're trying to capture some amazing footage. All the settings are on the screen right now. Follow them to the letter and trust me, you'll thank me later. Wow, I wasn't even planning on rhyming that couple of sentences. But if you have trouble reading something on the screen, here's a quick recap. Shoot in 4K 25 frames per second and then keep the shutter speed double of what the frame rate is. So if you're shooting at 25 frames per second, keep it at 50 frames per second or at best 60 frames per second. Number 2, keep the ISO at 100, and if you do need to raise the ISO in your drone, make sure you're not going over ISO 200. Trust me, with the sensor size of a drone, it will very quickly introduce noise in your footage, and unless you're going for that, it will not look nice. Now the most important part, white balance. Make sure you're using manual white balance, and trust me, if you are not using manual white balance and you are sticking to auto, you are missing out because auto white balance is kind of a traitor and it will actually let you down when you least expect it. Alright, after all that, you finally got your footage. Let's bring it into CapCut and let's see what we can do with it. Also, yes, I am using the paid version of the CapCut Desktop app. Why? Because I did not feel like selling my soul to Adobe. And also it doesn't crash mid-export. Not only that, it actually is easy to use and it actually has 90% of the features that you would probably find in Adobe Premiere. And anyone can learn how to use this piece of software and it's very underrated. And if you are planning or thinking about getting the paid version of CapCut, you should definitely go for it. And a lot of the things that I will be showing you today are in the paid version. So just a disclaimer before we begin. Once you have all the footage in CapCut, drag it down on the timeline. I know it kind of looks flat and washed out like zombie, but that means you actually have shot it in D-Log M, and now you can actually edit it, color grade it any way you want, and I'll show you guys what we can do with this footage. Without actually starting the edit right away, you actually need to direct a file from DJI's own website to first convert this log footage to Rec 709. So go down to your browser and then go down to this particular website. I'll have the link for it in the description where you can download the Rec 709 LUT, and all you have to do, download this cube file. Once it's downloaded, save, go to CapCut, and I already actually do have the file over here, so I'll go down to adjustments, LUT, and I'll scroll down to the LUT that I want and I'll drag it on to my timeline, pull down the adjustment layer, and like magic, now you have the Rec 709 LUT on top of your file and it already looks pretty damn good, but we can make it better. Now finally we can start editing this footage and color grade it and do whatever we want. So let's dive right in. Next, go down to the adjustment option right here and add adjustment, custom adjustment, bring another layer of adjustment right on top of it and drag it out. And we are going to use this particular adjustment layer to make all the necessary exposure adjustments at first before actually starting the color grading process. Let's start with the basic adjustments at first, and let's see if we can drag down the highlights to bring more details out from the sky, and then increase the shadows a tiny little bit. And once we're done with that, to get more contrast in the image or in the video file, we can use the contrast slider, or we can just jump into the curves and make an S curve by dragging down the shadows and dragging up the highlights. The next step, we're going to use the filters that are already built into CapCut. And if it feels like a little bit cheating to you guys, don't worry, it's a good kind of cheating. It's like using Grammarly before actually sending out a risky text or an email. Under the filters tab right over here, all you have to do is select a filter that actually looks nice. And 1 second. Yes. Shiro's right here. Sorry. You see how distracting he is when I'm trying to record a YouTube video? Such an attention seeker. Yes. Okay. Ow, ow. Okay, I have to get back to work. Sorry about that. Let's get right back into it. Once you're in the filters tab, all you have to do is select a filter that actually goes really well with your stock footage. And one of them that actually I think would look the best for this particular image is this one right here, the green and the orange filter. All you have to do after you select the filter is drag it down to your timeline, drag it out, and it already looks pretty damn good. But when you're applying a filter, pro tip, don't use the entire intensity of it. If it's up to me, I drag it down to somewhere around 60%. So once I'm happy with what I have, let's go down to the adjustment panel once again and let's tweak a little more so that it actually looks a lot better than it is doing right now. Next, what we're going to do is actually drag down another custom layer on top of the filter that you just put on the footage. You can always use the auto color correction as well, which is pretty good if you're in a pinch and if you need to get the work done as quickly as possible, get it out to the client, upload it. But for this particular video, what we are going to do is actually drag up the exposure slightly, drag up the shadows a tiny little bit, drag down the blacks for a change, and then drag up the brilliance and also a little bit of the white. And if I put it in full screen, that's how good it actually looks. Next, for the next portion of the video, after all the adjustments and color grading is done, let's add a few extra things to make your drone footage stand out. Go up to the FX option right over here, search Cinematic, and there we go, the movie option right over here, cinema. Drag it down to your clip and drag it out. See, now it actually automatically puts the cinematic bars on your clear footage, and dragging it down to your footage and making it look more cinematic is the magic of using CapCut. This is how it looked before and this is how it looks right now. Completely different. Looks so much more cinematic. And it's not even done. I'm not even done showing you things that you can do in CapCut with the drone footage and make it look even more epic than it already is. Next up, for this particular portion of the video, I'm actually going to be using a footage of the Toronto skyline that I actually shot a few weeks back. All we have to do is actually add some sound design to this particular to this particular footage, and this will absolutely transform this drone footage. Let's see how we can do that. For the sound design portion of this video, I actually already have a collection of sounds that I want to use for this particular drone shot, and most of the sounds and the music that I'll be using for this drone shot has been downloaded from Epidemic Sound. They have an amazing library of any type of music and sounds that you want to use for your epic footage, be it a drone footage, be it a B-roll sequence, background music, anything. This video is not sponsored, obviously, by Epidemic Sound, but just thought you guys should know that there is a great website for something like that. Now, what I'm going to do is actually start off with a bass hit such as this one, drag it down, and that's how it sounds right now. Then what I'm going to do is actually add police sirens because it is a city style video. So I'm going to actually right about till there. Looks perfect. I mean, sounds perfect. And I'm going to add the main portion of the sound design, that is a music behind this epic footage of the Toronto skyline. And I already have something in mind, and here, this is the one I want to use. I'll actually drag down the volume somewhat so that I don't actually make someone go deaf if they're using headphones when watching this video. And with everything in place, this is the final video. This is how it looks. This was the log footage of the Toronto skyline without any adjustment or color grading for that matter, and this is how it looks. This is the final video, and with sound design, with every little effect that I put into place, this is the final footage. I know this looks epic, and if you have been following this video step by step, your drone footage from any particular drone, doesn't have to be the Mini 4 Pro, will actually turn out this good every single time. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, if you learned something from it, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments below if you want me to make more video editing tutorials in the future. And like always, I really do appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.